Well, it's Hippy Trev here. Very interesting day up here today. It's supposed to be 28 degrees Celsius, but I don't think we're going to get there, and it's supposed to be rain coming. So anyway, roll the intro.
Hi, Hippy Trev here, and welcome to my channel. Hope you get something out of it.
Rightio world, so we're working on Dad's boot today. After that incident the other day, coming back from Scary Barrow, or sorry, not coming back so much, but going over to Scary Barrow, and that temp gauge was just going up and down, up and down, up and down. I thought, right, I'm going to do something about that. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I bought some, what they call radiator flush. I'm going to put that in the car right now. Then I'm going to take it for a drive. I'll probably go out to Dunarnal and come back, give it a good run, come back and drop all the water and everything. And then I've got my new thermostat and I've got the new gasket. So I got this out of the local autos here in town, JJ Autos, and when she looked up it, that was old stock. I think they said they'd been in there on their shelf there for like nearly 10 years or something. So I straight up said, oh, so do I get that at 20 prices or whatever, or am I paying today's prices? So I ended up paying, I think, like $8 for that thermostat, brand new. So that was pretty cool. All right, well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in the car, go for a run, come back, drop the bottom hose, and then just go through, put a new thermostat in, get the whole engine a really good solid flushing. And I'm also going to swap the temp gauges left to right back to where they should be. So rightio, I'll catch up with you when I get back. Bye. Rightio, well, so I've been for my drive and I come back a little while ago. I've already dropped the bottom radiator hose. So she's been sitting. The motor's still a little bit warm, but she's cooled down enough to work on. So I've just got to find a place to put you guys where you can see what's actually going on here. We'll try that. Right, first job. First job is I'm going to disconnect this top radiator hose, get it out of the way so I can get to that bolt easily. Now this radiator hose, this top hose here, is actually the bottom hose on a 6-cylinder motor, and it just happened to work perfectly. I didn't have a good top radiator hose, and I went through all my old 6-cylinder red motor hoses, and this is the bottom hose of a 6-cylinder red, and it works perfectly for a top hose on a 253. Right, let's get, oh, there we go. Let's get this out of the way. Oh yes, there's some pretty brown and mucky in there. This thermostat housing doesn't look the best. I think I'll be looking for a new one soon. I've still got plenty of meat there, but it's starting to look a bit shitty, isn't it? Now the other thing I want to do is with the temp gauge, I've got two, left and right. So what I did, the one that was normally on this side was always seemed to be running a bit hotter than the other gauge for some reason. I didn't know if it was the gauge or the motor. So I swapped them from left to right, and the left-handed gauge, which is now this one, was still doing the same thing. It was just running hotter than the other one. So I'm going to change them back left to right, as they should be as well. While I've got the water out and everything's going on, we're going to do that as well. So I'm going to also remove these hoses. Just makes the job, just makes it all a little bit easier. El Bundy, mate, I was going to take off to Bundaberg today, but as you said, you were working all day. Sorry about the wobble. As you said, you were working all day, so I decided to stay home and fix the old Dad's boot. Oh, hang on. Gotta go and get me ratchet. So I hope the engine flush has done its job. Oh, the water that came out wasn't too bad as far as what it was, but yeah, I definitely reckon something certainly did block up the thermostat that day, or something was going on. I did the drive today out, and everything sat normal as it should be, and all looked pretty much perfect. But I'm still going to change this anyway. If they play up once, they will play up again. Plus I can get the hose in and give this whole thing a really good flush out with the garden hose. And hopefully any shit or muck that's still in there will come out, because yeah, it is looking pretty brown and gunky in there. Rightio, one thermostat housing off. Right, that's my thermostat. It's actually got a rivet in it. Rightio, that's that done. Now the motor's still a little bit warm. I'm not sure if I really want to run a I'm not really sure I want to put the garden hose through there just yet. I might let that cool right down before I start putting garden hose water through that. So in the meantime, let's move you guys out around. I'm going to change over these thermostats left to right again. Right, I'll clip you on there. Oh, Bundy, I was going to go to Bundy today on the bike and go and do that, but I decided I really want to get this done instead and get it all sorted out. And just get a new thermostat in there and be done with it. Careful these leads. Don't want to crack these ether lines. Once you crack them, they are stuffed. Probably be putting thread tape on this, but I don't actually have any. She does have a little bit of a weep, but nothing serious. Okay, let's get you back into here where you belong. I don't know if you can actually see that. So putting the temp gauge back in, so the right side gauge will now read the right side of the motor as it should, and the left gauge will be reading the left hand side motor as it should too. So let's get that done. That's nice and tight. So it's not a big job doing all this, it's pretty straightforward. Just got to give this a bit of a clean up, give the bottom of the thermostat a good clean and scrub and get it nice and clean for the new gasket. And we should be good to go. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for a bit longer. It's still a little bit warm, so I'm going to let it sit for a bit longer, and then I'm going to come back with the garden hose and I'm just going to flush the motor, radiator, go through all my hoses, go through all my heater hoses, give all them a good flush. So we'll catch you when we're back and the motor's cooled down and all been flushed out. Rightio, worlds, we're back. I hope you can see properly there. So you're not really need anything with gaskets. But when it comes to water, and the fact that my thermostat housing is a little bit dodgy, I'm actually going to put a bit of this liquid shit on here, hopefully not too much, just to help seal up the little bits that are a bit fatigued and a bit crackly and so forth. A little bit too much on there. So this stuff usually does work pretty good. Pop our thermostat in. Now gasket on top. Thermostat's all nice and cleaned up and ready to go. And I think I'll just put a little bit of a smear. As you can see, it's starting to get a little bit chewed out in this water gallery here. Basically, I will be looking for another thermostat housing. Hopefully the same as this one. I did see one a while ago and they wanted like $100 for it. Couldn't believe they want $100 for a thermostat housing, but these particular housings aren't so common anymore. There's not with the two water hose outlets. So anyway, this is all I've got. So we use what we got. But I will definitely be looking around for another housing, because I don't think this one's got an overly long lifespan left in it. Now the other thing with these old girls is I do not run coolant. Coolant in these old girls tends to chew out all your alloy and all your passages, especially when it comes to your inlet manifolds. I've had a couple of inlet manifolds on 308s and stuff, and they were all chewed out round here. And back in the day, back in the day when these were made, there wasn't coolant. Everything just ran on water, just clean, straight water. So I don't use coolant in this vehicle at all. It's too old for coolant in my eyes. I only use fresh, clean tank water. So there's probably other people who think differently and said, no, coolant's the way to go. Well, that's okay, but I've seen coolant eat and corrode out alloy. Right, so let's get that down, snug down. There we go. A little bit of a, don't want to over tighten it, but it's got to be firm. That's tight. Right, I'm going to leave that sit for at least an hour and let all the glue set before I start putting all my hoses back on. So we'll come back and reinstall the hoses, fill her up, run it, and hopefully all good. So we'll catch you a bit later. Okay, well, so I've let everything sit long enough, so I think it's time to get this all back together. Let's get it done. 2 hoses and a fill. I've already put the bottom radiator hose on. Get this one on. I took a heater hose off and flushed out the heater box, and a lot of brown water did come out of that, so I just ran the hose until the water ran clean. So that was pretty good. Fairly simple job. I always hate messing with waterworks. You just never know what can happen afterwards. Everything's good and fine, then you suddenly disturb something, all of a sudden you've got a shitload of leaks that you never had before. But this should be a fairly straightforward job without too much drama. And brand new thermostat, sitting on the shelf since 1980 something or whatever in JJ Autos. I think that was hilarious. I was nearly just going to hang it up and keep it as a memento. And they charged me 1980s or 1990 prices on it, which was bloody good. I think it was hilarious actually. Okay, I'm just going to move you guys to put the top radiator hose on. Alright, there we go. So as I was saying, yeah, this is the bottom hose from a Holden 6-cylinder red motor that worked perfectly as a top hose. I've got a few sitting in the shed there. I mean, this hose is in mint condition. I don't think it's going to break any time in a hurry, so. Right, get that all on nice and tight. That's done. Okay, so the job is done. So bottom radiator hose is on. I've given it a bit of a wash down. Both temp gauges have been swapped back over to their right size. Right gauge is right, left gauge is left. This has all been done. Right. Oh, another beautiful day up here in paradise. I don't think we're going to hit the 28, but it's certainly up around 25, 26 or maybe warmer, which is absolutely lovely. There we go. So we'll get some water in there, and what I'll do after that is I'll fill the radiator up and let it gurgle away. And then I'll run the motor, get the thermostat to open. Water level should drop, and then just re-top the radiator with. So water's going in at the moment. It'll take a little while to fill. I'm gonna just slow that down a bit. Okay, well, I'll get back to you when I'm out in the road and giving it a test run. Okay, well, so everything's secure under the bonnet. I'm just gonna start heating things up. So gauge on the left is warming up quicker than the one on the right. I'm going to want to see the gauge go up to about 180, a bit over 180, maybe 200, and then fall all the way back down again once the thermostat opens. Then I'll go re-top the radiator up. So she's just taking a little while to warm up. I'm going to have a bit of a look under the bonnet, make sure there's no water leaks. Okay, everything's looking good so far. Water level's good, but that should drop once the thermostat opens. So I've got no water leaks there. I might put the cap on, see if I can get it to come up a bit quicker in temp. So yeah, the left gauge on this has always run hotter than the right, like this one over here, even when I was reversed. So I think it's just the fault in the gauge. And that one, even when travelling, this one always sits on exactly 180, and this one normally sits between 180 and 200, about 190 or thereabouts. So we're just waiting for the thermostat to open now, and I can re-top the radiator, and we should be good to go for a test run. Right gauge, less than 180. And left gauge is flickering a little bit, going up, down. There it goes. Right, I'm going to go and pop the radiator cap just to make sure we've got enough water in there. Water hasn't moved, no water leaks. So we still haven't got up to operating temp yet. Come on, baby. Open. Yeah, that lift gauge is doing a bit of moving. Goes, going past the 200, and back a bit. Very interesting having two gauges in the two temp gauges in the motor, one for the left side and one for the right side, and the difference they are. Right, so that left one's going up past 200. And the left one's at 210. I might have to take this for a run to get her up to full on operating temperature, because at the moment, yeah, the cat's hot. Well, not hot, the cat's just starting to get warm. Just waiting to watch that water drop and start flowing. No bubbles, no blown head gasket. I'm going to have a look at the temp gauge in the cab, see what it's actually doing. So that left one's right up over 220. Sorry, right up to 210. And the right one just starting to come up now. Okay, not waiting anymore, we're going to go for a drive. So, no water leaks, everything's good. Put the radiator cap on. Locked. Carry some extra water, let's go for a drive. Rightio, reverse. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, because that left temp gauge is way, way high. see what it does now. Gauge is coming down a little bit. Oh, look at that, almost ran to 220 on the left. This is really weird. $220. Now I'm going to turn around and do a U and head back to home. Look at that, 220 over. Oh shit, that's gone round to fucking 200 and something degrees, look at that. $220. Come on, baby, even up. Jesus, look at that gauge there, look at that. That's like blow up temp. Still at 220. Crazy. No, it's crazy hot on that left temp gauge. Well, I'm going to get this home. I don't like running it with a temp gauge saying it's that bloody hot. That's boiling. This can't be doing my motor any good at all. So there must be like an air bubble in there or something. So let's get her home and let her sit. The right gauge, not moving, 180. Left gauge, 200. It's like the thermostat hasn't even opened. Oh, the elephant. What is going on? I'm going to go back in the drive. I'm going to just lift the bonnet, pull the cap and see what's going on in there. Pull the bonnet. Nope. Right. No water leaks. Pull this cap. No pressure. Nope. Water level's fine. Water's running as it should, so the thermostat's definitely open. Well, rightio, well, so I don't know what to do after that. I think I'm just going to let it sit. Maybe that gauge is playing up or something. It's certainly running way hotter than it should have, or should be. That one's come up a bit. The thermostat has opened. Alright, rightio, well, I'm going to close this out here, and I'm going to let this sit for a while and then take it for another run and just keep a good eye on everything, and hopefully everything will just settle down and go back to the way it should. So, yeah, rightio, well, you know the drill, stay safe and keep your knees in the breeze, and I'll catch you later. Bye.